Today, we have Scott Haley with Airespring to discuss managed solutions with personalized service. Thank you, Scott.
Hey, welcome. Thank you for the time today. Again, my name's Scott Haley. I'm the Director of Channel Programs for Airespring. My role is I actually manage our top TSD relationships. Obviously, TDM is one of those, so sure appreciate the time to share some stuff with you. We're going to go through a bunch of stuff real fast, so don't worry, and we're not going to go through every single slide on a deck or something. I'll jump around a little bit for the sake of time. One of the things I am going to do in the middle of this is do a short demo of our IT service management platform. I think it's important and it's a real differentiator. So if you can see on my slide, transforming enterprise network technology management. What does that mean? Well, we do transactional business like everybody else all day, every day, and we do it really, really, really well. But our superpower has become really penetrating the mid-enterprise space for customers. And we consider that mid-enterprise customer to be a $10,000 a month to a $100,000 a month customer. That's kind of mid-enterprise for us. Some differentiators we're going to talk about. We do managed connectivity, SASE, SD-WAN, and managed security, not only in the USA, but actually in 190 plus countries. We also have an IT service management platform called Air Control. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Dedicated Tier 3 engineer platinum support. What that means is any customer with us that spends $10,000 or more a month in MRC, they're automatically a platinum customer, which means at the support level, they actually bypass Tier 1 and Tier 2 support, and they go straight to their Tier 3 engineering pod that's familiar with their account. So it's very specialized service, very quick service. And then we've developed specialized service delivery teams to handle mid-enterprise customers, both domestically and globally. So at the bottom, I've got better tools, better people. We believe in both. We believe tools are extremely important. Processes are important, but at the end of the day, it's people that really makes the difference. And we think that's really our differentiator. So before we get into any services, real quick, I just want to show you some non-service differentiators. One, we are family owned and operated. These are the three brothers that started the company 24 years ago. They own and operate the company daily. We take no outside investment as a company, and we are debt-free and profitable. It's a family business. It's not for sale. And the reason why I think that's important, with all the M&A activity out there, we're just a very stable company to work with. Another thing that's important is we're 100% channel. We have no direct sales staff at all. We don't compete with our partners. All of our business comes from you. What that really means is you're really our most important customer, even more important than the end user customer, to be honest with you. Got 30 plus regional channel managers and solution engineers across the country to support you regionally. We do a lot of partner investment. Not going to go into that too much right now. At the very bottom, you'll notice spiffs on renewals. That's something that's pretty unique with us. Excuse me. You guys hearing the noise? Well, anyways, spiffs on renewals. That's something that's pretty unique. We have great spiffs just like everybody else, but we actually pay spiffs on renewals just like it's a new order. So it's pretty unique. So we do a lot of different services, managed connectivity, SD-WAN, every type voice service. We do it globally, like I was talking about. And on the mobility side, this is something that's pretty new. So we've done wireless WAN as backup for quite a while, do it very well. We're actually getting ready to launch this month, actually, at the end of this month, our business enterprise mobile phone service. Pretty unique thing. If you're familiar with somebody like Mettel, it's that type. It's business enterprise, including all the way down to mobile device management. In addition to connectivity, we use all the major Tier 1, Tier 2s, but we also use best-of-breed services like Cato is our SASE platform. We are expert level with Fortinet. We're a huge Fortinet shop. Poly, Starlink, we're an authorized Starlink reseller. As far as that goes. I'm going to skip this next slide. It's a little busy. I'll send you this deck so you can look at it. But the Airespring advantage is day 0, day 1, and day 2. So day 0 is the pre-sales process, pre-design. Got really outstanding solution engineers. So when you get into complex customers or mid-enterprise customers especially, our SEs can really help you through discovery with that customer and then designing some things with that customer. And I'll give you some examples of that later. And then day 1 is specialized large complex order teams. So we have regular standard service delivery teams for transactional business. They do a great job. But when you get into mid-enterprise or complex orders, it's a little bit different. And so we actually have specialized teams that do nothing but mid-enterprise service delivery and complex order service delivery. And then the bottom is support. We monitor everything 24/7, 365 days a year, literally all the way down to the interface, no matter where it is in the world. So air control, I'm going to pull over and see how this works. I'm going to try to do a live demo here. And we'll just see if this works for you. So this is our air control or ITSM platform. So every customer gets this. It's extremely valuable to mid-enterprise customers that have IT departments, but literally even a customer that has one site and one DI circuit, they have full access to this. It's totally free of charge. Every customer gets it. So right here, you can see a customer has got locations all over the world. So this will actually show up if they've got 10 locations, 20, 100, 1,000, doesn't matter. It'll show every location. If you were to click on a location, it'll tell you what's at that location. So let me see where this is. Okay, this is in India. They've got a VeloCloud SD-WAN box. They've got Fortinet managed security on site. And they've actually got HA availability. They've got a second Velo on site. So just to give you a quick example of that. This is the dashboard. So you go down, you can really quick see the health of every single site. You can see a billing summary for this month's bill. These are support cases, just shows 5 right here. But again, this is just the dashboard. If you want to get into monitoring, and again, I'm not going to have time to really go through and do a full demo, but I just want you to see we actually monitor everything down to the device level. So if you clicked on a device, it'll tell you everything that's there at that location. It's got 2 Velo boxes, so it's HA. They've got Fortinet managed security. There's a Crown Castle circuit there with a Velo box on it. Literally shows the round trip latency, shows the interfaces, shows the bandwidth utilization. Actually, there's 2 circuits there. There's a Lumen circuit and a Crown Castle circuit. Actually, you know what? Lumen's the loop. Crown Castle's the port. So just anyways, again, quick information for an IT department, very, very useful. Support cases. It literally logs every single support case. So you can review them by date range, any type status, what the case is. You can open it up. Again, a customer can open it up. It's a little bit longer with me because I have to be on a VPN, but a customer wouldn't be. But it literally shows all the notes of what's happening on that support case. Okay. So a customer can look at that. If your customer gives you an LOA, the partner also can have full access to this customer's information as well. So they can help manage certain things. This is also a 2-way interactive process. So in other words, a customer's got an issue going on, they actually can insert their own notes in here as well. If they don't want to call customer service, they can actually talk back and forth with the NOC, literally. So billing, this shows it'll be every bill, same thing. You can do it by date range. I could say I want to see every single bill that we got in 2024, and then every bit of that is extractable. All this data is. You can export everything out into external systems. You can look at a particular invoice. You can pay an invoice. If you've got a billing inquiry, you can actually start it here without having to get on the phone and calling customer service. Just a whole lot of good information there. Orders, same thing. Every order that's been placed, you can search by location. You could search by, is it an order that's in progress or completed orders, any of that kind of stuff. And you can actually click on anything and it'll actually show you, here's the orders, the project manager, the start date, when the kickoff call was, when the managed service engineer was involved, what the review was, and then all the test and turn up notes and when it was turned up successfully. Same thing. So just great, simple information. Services, this is a complete inventory for the customer. So every location, if you click on a location, it'll show you everything that's at that location. So there's SD-WAN at this location. We've got internet there. Windstream is providing the loop on that. They've got our UCaaS and they've got as a backup AT&T wireless WAN. Okay, shows you the contract start date, the end date, and what the term is. So you guys can see when people are coming up for renewal, all that kind of information. Then on the resources page, tells you who their account manager is, who the solutions engineer during service delivery was, who their managed services engineer was, and who the project manager was during service delivery. And then I think many of you have seen this before. This is our escalation list. Every customer can see this, every partner. And literally, it's every department in the company escalates all the way to the CEO. Those are real phone numbers, real email addresses. And kind of like what I was saying before, we believe in processes, automation, AI tools. You have to have that to scale properly, but there also comes a time when you need to talk to a live person. You don't want to be hiding behind chat bots and email and things like that all day long. So you can actually pick up the phone and talk to somebody. We empower you and or your customer to escalate yourselves, so you don't have to wait on somebody to escalate it and wonder who it's being escalated to. We give you all that information up front. Then on the last thing here, I'll show you real quick, and then we'll finish up. If you want to log into a device, because billing and finance can actually get into the portal, we don't want them logging into a device and messing around or making changes. So you do have two-factor authentication to get into a device, just for security purposes. So that, in a nutshell, is air control. You can ask me questions about that later if you'd like. Let's hop back into this. As I told you, we monitor everything anywhere in the world, 24 hours a day. We do omni-channel alerting, so we can alert the customer by text, by email, by phone call, however they want to be alerted. Can get really granular on analytics for any type of service we have that they can export into whatever systems they have. And then this is another big differentiator for us, Airespring Global. So we've been able to provision international circuits for, gosh, probably 10 years now. But we did what a lot of other providers that I would say in our space, domestic aggregators, we used to do. And what that means is we used to just go to somebody like a GTT or Experio, who's an aggregator, an international aggregator, and basically request pricing. And the pricing's horrible when you do that. And you have no control over anything. And so 3.5 years ago, we brought in a VP of global connectivity. And so we have become a true global aggregator ourselves. So we now have 200 plus international carrier agreements. So we don't just go through other aggregators. We are the aggregator now. We can actually do professional field services in 130 countries. Many of those countries we can do DoD work as well, so they can be certified by the Department of Defense. We've actually, I think last year we did 2 400 meg circuits in Iraq, actually, along with SD-WAN for 2 US facilities, to give you an example. So we can get really granular on global. So if you have any international opportunities, you really need to be talking to us. It's something that's really been a differentiator for us. And in fact, on mid-enterprise customers, probably 50% of our mid-enterprise customers have at least one international location. That's just been a big thing. Smattering of providers internationally, we won't go with all of that. Already told you professional field services in 130 countries with high security clearance when needed. We operate a global private network, got 30 POPs or 23 POPs, excuse me, globally, very heavy into the Asia Pac market. Kind of the neat thing about that is we can bring a circuit anywhere in the world, whether it's our circuit or whether it's an existing customer circuit. We can actually bring it into the GPN, for example, in China, and actually one hop it to LA. It's a great product. So I've kind of mentioned this a couple of times. We really believe that you do have to have automation. But like I said, we believe world-class support happens when you marry automation processes with human support when it's needed. So the human support is not just available post-sale. It's really important in the service delivery process, especially that you know what's going on, you know who you're talking to. We treat every service delivery as a project, even if it's a single circuit at a single site. They actually are assigned a project manager from the very start to deal with the customer and you, the partner, all the way through test and turn up. And then after it's activated successfully, then it's handed off to account management, which is customer success. Platinum SLAs, these are those platinum customers. So any customer that spends $10,000 or a month or more with us, automatically they get platinum SLAs. So I've told you they go straight into a tier 3 engineering pod, bypass tier 1 and tier 2. 10-minute response time during business hours on that pod, 1 hour change management during business hours, escalation to senior management within 2 hours. So we're giving some very specialized attention to mid-enterprise customers. This is what I'm trying to say there. Not that we don't give good service to every customer, but this is specialized. I've already shown you the escalation list. Real quick, because we are down to 13 minutes left. So here's an example. I'm going to show you two quick examples of customers. So this is the second largest bookseller in the United States. You'd know their name immediately if I told you. But what was neat about it is they've been a customer now for about 2 years. When they started, they had 243 locations. I think they're up to about 260 something now. The way that they've grown with brick and mortar is they typically don't build a new store. They're actually buying different existing book companies or bookstores. And so when they do that, what happens is they inherit whatever technology is there. And so when they came to us, they had all these locations. They literally had more than 90 different vendors across all the locations because they've got different phone systems, key systems, PBXs, different internet providers, you name it. And so we flew out our SVP of solution engineering 3 different times actually to meet with their IT team. They did whiteboard sessions. They redesigned the entire network. And so we went in to every single location. We put in primary connectivity, put in some type of backup, whatever was best for that location, whether it be broadband or 5G wireless. They've got a multi-gig DIA at the HQ. They wanted Fortinet on-premise security and SD-WAN at every single location. And then we converted everything on the voice side to UCaaS. So 729 seats across the entire network. I think they're up to 800 and something seats right now. But the neat thing about this is they're continuing to grow. And every time they buy a new bookstore, then it's kind of like technology in the box. They tell us, okay, here's what we want you to do. Go in, put the UCaaS in. If they're in the middle of term agreements on an internet circuit, that's okay. We'll hold off on doing that until it comes out of term, but we will manage that internet circuit for them free of charge, just like it's one of our circuits. It'll actually be loaded. If they can get us an API, it'll even be loaded into the IT service management platform. So that's that in a nutshell. Here's another customer. This is one of our international customers, 140 locations in 22 different countries. They were a customer for quite a while. And the reason why I put them on here is we do, like a lot of our customers, they tend to use us for primary and backup connectivity, some type of SD-WAN or SASE, and then some type of managed security. But they had been a customer for about 18 months. And they came to us, gosh, 20 months ago or so and said, hey, we want to add Starlink as a tertiary backup for 99 of our sites. And at that time, we were not an authorized reseller for Starlink. And so they said, okay, we'll just do it ourselves. So they went out, ordered Starlink for 99 sites. They came to us 3 months later and they said, guys, would you take over our Starlink account for a management fee? And we agreed to do that. So we spent the next year managing their Starlink account for them. All order, service delivery, customer support, everything. And then last summer, we decided to become an authorized Starlink reseller. So we're very experienced in the Starlink world. So that's one reason why I bring that up. The other is just to show you the type of customers that we can serve in the mid-enterprise space, literally all different sizes. So just about at the end here, kind of when to think of us. We do a whole lot of stuff, as you can see. As far as we almost do the full stack of everything. What we don't do is we don't do data center and colo, and we typically don't do really big CCaaS customers, but we kind of do everything in between. But our bread and butter is going to be connectivity and SASE or SD-WAN or managed Fortinet security or any combination thereof. That's going to be our bread and butter. Any customer that needs circuit aggregation anywhere in the world, we can absolutely do that really well. Customers that need last mile diversity, we can do that because we can bring different providers into a single location, both at the network level. And then obviously, if you really want diversity, you got to bring them in on different pipes, different impos, different conduit. We can do all of that kind of stuff as long as the network is available. But we've got every major network in the world that we have access to. Access to certified security and network engineers. The reason why that's important, it's not just that we need to be experts at what we're doing, but nowadays, technology staff, IT staff, it's just everybody's short-staffed. Nobody can find enough qualified people. And the ones that are really good, they're like freaking mercenaries. It's like whoever offers them the most money they just go to. And so they kind of hop from customer to customer. And then the last thing is any customer that needs to see their entire network, all their services, including all their hardware down to the interface anywhere in the world, that's what Air Control offers them. All right, I'm going to stop there and stop sharing and let you have it back. We can answer some questions maybe for you.
All right. The first question is, what percentage of SD-WAN is Fortinet? And then VM, Velo, Cato, Meraki.
Yeah, so Velo has been our primary in the past. We do a lot of Fortinet business as well, although more of their security, although their SASE is now becoming more mature as well. So we're also getting ready to release their Fortis SASE platform that they're just releasing. In addition to Cato is our primary SASE right now. We do huge things with Cato right now. It's phenomenal. A lot of Velo business. We're not doing quite as much Velo with the acquisitions that have happened. We're just not as comfortable with some things. But most of our international SD-WAN is going to be using Velo, although one of our largest international customers wanted Fortinet. So we've got Fortinet SD-WAN at 125 locations, 75 of those international locations.
Okay, next question is, how do you all do in the 20 employee to 100 employee range? Or is that market not a focus of yours?
You know what, it doesn't matter. We don't really go by size so much because we literally have our minimum requirement for a customer, MRC, is $250 per account, not per location, but per account. So we can go all the way down to that level. So kind of like I started off, the bulk of the business out there for everybody is transactional business. When I say transactional, I mean 1 or 2 sites with a DIA circuit. So you're talking, $800 to $1,500 a month customer. That's transactional. We do those all day, every day, and we do a great job at it. Kind of what I was saying is we, though, have really moved also into the mid-enterprise space really, really well. So that's that 10,000 a month to, $100,000 a month customer. We do that. We do a bunch of those now every month. Give you an example. 4 years ago, our revenue was about 90% transactional. Today, our revenue as a company, about 50% is mid-enterprise to 50% transactional. So anything, and doesn't matter the size of the customer. Again, especially because connectivity and SASE and SD-WAN and managed Fortinet are our bread and butter, and those are needed for every customer regardless of their size.
Okay. And the next question, when will the first demo of the MDM/wireless solution stack be?
Right now. So we're April the 24th. We're doing our first training on that, and we're going to go through everything.
Okay.
And
And international, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, if you're familiar with our portal, I don't know if you are or not.
Yeah. Uh, yeah.
Our agents we can send it out to them again as well.
Okay. So the reason why, the only thing I was going to say is actually on the homepage of the portal. If you go to the homepage, right there, is the registration for the April 24th mobility webinar.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, next questions. International, how do you handle China? Has that changed at all recently?
Well, you know what? I can't honestly answer that question. That I don't know. We do a lot of China business. So we actually, one of few companies can actually provision circuits inside China with a USA IP on it and legally go through the firewall. Now, I do not know, since the tariffs have happened in the last week and a half, I don't know if that's impacted that or not, to be honest with you. But our GPN, we have GPN pops inside China as well. So I could actually take a Chinese circuit, drop it into the GPN, and one hop it to LA.
Okay. Is connectivity still your biggest revenue source?
Absolutely.
Okay. Will the wire, oh, I'm sorry. Is that the next
I will
one?
say this, nowadays, so connectivity, when someone orders connectivity, probably 65%, and I'm just roughing that out, of customers also order either SASE or SD-WAN when they have a circuit with us. It's almost become, would you like fries with that? I mean, it's just an add-on service.
Okay. And will the wireless/MDM solutions also be managed from the single platform portal?
I believe so, yes. I don't have a definitive answer on that, but I would say 99% sure yes, because the air control portal, everything in there is live data. So it's not even 5 minutes old. It's literally real time, fed by real time APIs. So we will have APIs coming in from the mobile network providers. So my assumption is yes, it will be in there.
Okay, great. And what customer service awards help tell your story?
Well, I didn't show you the slide. I skipped right over it, but we actually just won again in 2025 for customer service, the Stevie Award. Customer Choice
good.
Stevie Award. I think it's our fourth one.
Very good. And are there any cool things coming out later in the year that you are excited about?
It's going to be mobility because it's not officially released yet. And then tagging onto that will be some additional IoT products and services that'll be coming out as well.
And let's see, we have a couple more questions here. What does your ideal mid-enterprise customer look like in terms of infrastructure, pain points, and goals?
So think of the two examples that I gave you. It's going to be a customer that's typically multi-location, USA and or international, or a combination of both, doesn't matter. But what we see is most customers, if they're of decent size and they've got multi-locations, they typically over time have a real issue with vendor sprawl. And so with us, because we can provide them almost every service that they need, we can bring things down to one company, one invoice, one number to call. I mean, it just makes it makes things much easier for a company, especially when you get into things like, property management companies, for example. Like we've got a property management company that's got, I think, 75, 76 locations. And I think about 60 of those are hotels. And so when we found them, they had all kinds of mishmash, different technology, a huge amount of vendors all over the place. And the problem is most of those, you don't have IT staff on site on a property management company or an apartment complex property management company. And so they don't know who to call. You got some property manager, they've got technology issues and they don't know who to call for this, for that. With us, they call one number, doesn't matter. The other advantage we have with customer service is because of we put a lot of emphasis on that. When they call our customer service line, they will talk to a live person in under 60 seconds. They're not going to sit on hold like they would with a mega provider, for example, and go through a huge IVR system. In fact, I think, don't hold me to this, but I think last year our average customer service answer line was 11 seconds. Now, if there's some major disaster or something, that could certainly go out a little bit, but I can tell you, on average, it's less than 60 seconds. They'll talk to a live person.